Hi everyone, back in the dungeon. We're looking at putting this 350 together. We got brand new bearings. We got most of the bearings in. We got one to go. Wayne's going to put it in. Notice he has gloves on so he doesn't touch the bearing with his bare fingers.
Don't believe it.
It's and you notice these bearings on the top of the motor. Remember the motor's upside down. These bearings have holes in them where the oil comes through into the gap, into the bearing space. And that oil will create a film in the bearings where the crank really doesn't run in the bearings, it runs on a film of oil.
It's rocking a little bit.
So it doesn't wear the bearings.
Now we got to set up for the plastic gauge.
Okay guys, we're going to get the crank in and we'll be back and show you how we're going to measure the clearances on these bearings. Yeah, that's better. Okay guys, we're back. Uncle Wayne's got the crank in and he's using the torque wrench to torque down all the main bearings. What we've done is we put this plastic gauge, they call it, in on between the bearing and the crank itself, and we're going to take this all apart when Wayne's done, and we're going to make a measurement to see how much space there is between the bearing and the crank for oil. So we'll get back to you once again when we get to the point of taking this apart.
Alright, we're back checking out the plastic gauge.
We got the caps off, and you can see the little pink plastic gauge mark that's in there. I'm going to take this gauge here and I'm going to read. Let's see what this says. 2, no, 2's too wide. 4's too narrow.
3 is right there.
3. Yeah. So we got 3/1000 of an inch of clearance on that bearing.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's check the next one. Look at it. Look at 3, right on the money. 3 there also.
Good to go.
So I'm assuming everything else is going to be the same. I'm going to say that's 3 also. This one here, 3.
Your thumb there. Yeah, it is.
Right on 3.
We're good.
We're good to go on our mains. So now we're going to pull this crank out again and grease everything.
Grease her up
and put her all back together permanently.
See you
a
later.
Little bit of sealant on the ends here. We'll
yeah, gasket.
Yeah, and then we'll do the same with the rods. We'll put our pistons in and we'll measure our rod clearances.
See you in a bit.
Okay, we're back. Uncle Wayne's gonna grease up these bearings. Now we're using lithium grease here instead of assembly lube because we don't know how long this motor's going to sit before we start it, and this grease will stay in these bearings much better than assembly lube over a long period of time. So we're going to use that on all our bearings on this assembly. We're hoping to start it in the spring, but there's no guarantee. It's a money thing, so we'll just keep plugging away as we got the money, and hopefully in the spring we will. So we're going to do this on all the bearings on both sides when we put the crank back in, and then we'll move on to doing piston rings and getting the pistons ready to go in.
And I would like to say thank you for all the new subscribers.
Yes, everybody who's watching, we appreciate it very much. And like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for reminding me, Wayne. Okay guys, we'll get back to you when we're ready to do a little bit of piston work. Wayne's just going to put this crank in and re-torque it down. Don't forget to put that rear main seal in, Wayne.
Yeah, it's in the bag still. We're going to grab it.
See you in a bit.
Hey, we're back. Ray's just setting up the torque wrench for final torque. what's that, 65, Ray?
Yeah.
Spinning nice and free. Oh, dropped the wrench. Yeah. Nice. So that's 65. I'll give her 5 more for the outer. 5 more.
Haven't gone to 65 here yet.
Yeah, she's good for 8,000 RPM now, eh?
Yeah. Alright, outer ones, right?
Outer. So the middle is done to 65, the outer does 70 on the main caps with the 4-bolt main. What's it call for? Little check.
Hey?
A little check here for
Yeah. Shoot spins.
everything looks good.
Feels good too. You can spin it by hand. Easy. Alright. That's that step done. I guess we turn it over and start getting pistons ready.
Yep. Putting some rings on.